Welcome back. In case if you could solve this challenge, this is freaking amazing and I hope you had a lot of fun. In case if you didn't, I hope you have at least tried to solve this challenge. If you do, absolutely no problem if you couldn't solve it right now. So here we are back in the Ubuntu VM and this is our challenge. We can see if we start this application, okay, the device is being flagged as rooted. Let's reverse this and figure out how this is being performed. So we are having our isDeviceRooted. Then we've got three methods: checkRoot method 1, checkRoot method 2, and also checkRoot method 3. The return value of these are Boolean. So this means true if the device has been rooted, false if this is not the case. We could now apply our patches to every single method over here. So we could override each method to always return false. But all of them are being summarized in this one over here, isDeviceRooted. So therefore, it's way easier to simply apply our patch over here. I mean, if you have solved it by overriding these methods, this is absolutely perfect fine. I'm just a little bit more lazy and therefore I go for this approach, but I will also show the other ones, of course. Okay, so let's have a look into this one over here. So this one is also returning a Boolean value and we can see isDeviceRooted. And this one calls three methods. And based on this one, it's returning true or false. So what we need to do over here is simply hooking this method isDeviceRooted and overriding the return value with a fixed value of false. All right? Okay, so let's do this. We are opening this code editor. Then we use JavaScript and we put this on the right. Okay. The first thing we need to do is we need to tell Frida to attach to the Java virtual machine. Java.perform. And here we are providing an anonymous function. Okay, now we need to get a reference to this class, root_util. This reference can be fetched from the package name and the class name. So let's keep this in foreground. Okay. So I also named this root_util. And then we are getting the reference via Java use. Then we are having this package name over here. And then dot, and we need the class name, root_util. All right, this is our reference. Okay, now we need to tell Frida to override this method. Which method? From this class root_util, the isDeviceRooted method. Here we want to define a new implementation. We are providing a new function for this one. We can also see we are not having any parameters in there. This means we also do not need to provide anything over here. All right, and all we need to do is the following. If this function gets called, simply return false. That's all. I mean, if this one works, this would be freaking awesome, right? Let's see. So we save this file and yeah, we save this in our root check challenge. Bypass root.js. All right, now we only need to restart this application process, but this time with Frida being attached to it. So if we close this one over here, then we can see if we're now attaching to this one, it doesn't work, because this device has been already flagged as being rooted. And therefore, let's restart this application. The only thing we need for this is the package name. Therefore, we are using the ADB shell, pm list packages, and we are grabbing for root. And there we have it. And let's figure out if the Frida server has been already booted up. Frida-psu. Yes, these are the processes of the smartphone, so Frida is working and running right now. All right, now let's put all these pieces together. Let's complete our puzzle. So what we want to do is we want to get our script first. Apps, root check, and this one over here, bypass root. Oops. Fuck. All right, so the only thing we need to do right now is simply cut. All right, so the only thing we need to do right now is restarting this application by having Frida already attached to it. If we close this one over here, we can see if you're now using our script and attaching to this process, this doesn't work. This application has been already flagged the smartphone as being rooted. Therefore, we cannot change this result at this point anymore. Therefore, we need to apply our patch before this method will be called. And this can be done with our timing approach. So by starting this application with Frida. And the only thing we need for this one is the package name. And we can get this simply from the package manager. So if you're opening a new ADB shell, then we can do pm list packages. And then we can grab for root. Oh, yes, -i, sorry. Root is not an option in grep. There we go. And now let's complete our puzzle. Let's put all the things together. So first I go into this directory where this script is being located. It's within apps root check. Okay, so now we want to restart this application. So frida-u to use the ADB connection. Then we want to restart it, therefore the -f parameter, and then the package name, this one over here. And now we also want to apply our script via -l bypass root. Let's see if this one works out. It seems like I need to restart the Frida server real quick. So I go into the device and let's see if this Frida server is running. Oh, it's just PS. No, okay. Maybe it has been crashed, or yeah, I didn't check it correctly. So let's restart this Frida server. Okay. Put it into the background. This one is running over here. And now let's do it once again. Let's see. There we go. So now the application is being started up, but it's being held directly afterwards. We can now resume this one. And our patch should be automatically being applied. This means if the application is now calling the check root method, it should be directly overwritten at this point. Let's see. Resume in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Perfectly nice. So we have patched this application with this one-liner over here. Okay, it's a little bit more than a one-liner, but this is the only thing we need to apply. To be 100% sure, we can also check what's going on over here. For example, we can print the original result value, and then we can modify or apply our patch. Then we have a little bit more of a control what's happening in the background. If we want to do this, we simply go into our script, and then we say send. The original return value is, and here we are storing the original return value. And we can fetch this by simply calling this method originally. So this is device rooted. This will now call the method, get the return value, and store it in original return value. All right, now we are printing this out. And here, nevertheless, what's the original return value? We are overriding it with the false value over here. We save this one. Then we simply go back into our Frida. We hit exit. And then I simply hit the upper arrow key to get the last command and rerun it. And this time, I also once again have to apply this one resume manually. This is something we will fix in the next one. Let's see, there we go. Now we have also our debug statement, and this one says the original return value is true. So this means the device has been flagged as rooted. So the return value is true. Nevertheless, we are overriding it with false. All right, to also have a one-liner in our command over here, we simply apply this now pause, and then yeah, this application boots up perfectly fine. So now we got rid of this rooting detection. And this one, to be honest, most of the time, it's nothing more than just overriding one method to get rid of rooting detection. This is all. I have patched so many rooting detection with only applying this patch to a function over here. Okay, so that's the solution for this one. But nevertheless, let's also do the hardcore mode. So let's also override all these other methods. This check root method 1, 2, and 3. This is also a valid solution, but it requires a little bit more of work. Nevertheless, it's good for practicing. Okay, so how can we do this? we do not need to have another Java perform. So this one is attaching to our Java virtual machine. Therefore, we can reuse this one over here. Maybe we write this in a new script. File new. Okay. So we switch to JavaScript. And now let's do this also for all the other methods. First, we need to use java.perform, got confused for a second. And then we are providing our anonymous function. Okay, now we are attached to the Java virtual machine and we apply all our patches into this function. So the first patch is regarding to check method 1. So let's create a new reference, root util, java.use, and this one over here, plus the class name. So now we're having a reference to this class and we can use this reference for all 3 methods. So this one over here is getting a reference to the root util class. Okay, and now let's override them. So root util, the first one is check method 1. Check method 1, we want to provide a new implementation with this function. And here we want to return false. Okay, so I'm patching check root method 1. And now we can simply copy paste this. It's a little bit messy, but we can fix this. Okay, and now we have to apply check root method 2 and also this one over here, 3. This should also work, but nevertheless, let's print some debug statements that we have or that we know what's going on. We are in check root method 1. Also this one, here we are in check root method 2. And yeah, copy pasting is really dangerous in Frida. I have made so many mistakes regarding to this. So please be careful if you copy paste that much. Okay. So I fix quickly the comments and then this was the saved dialog. I was a little bit confused. And check root methods. All right. This one over here should also perfectly work. So if this was your solution, it's absolutely fine regarding to this one. It's just a little bit more of work, but I guess you just want to have more practice, right? Alrighty, let's see. So we close this one. We get the smartphone back in front. And now we need to provide our other script. Not bypass root. Check. And this one. And let's see. All right, we can see once again it seems to work. And we can also see we are in check root method 1, check root method 2, and check root method 3. We can also print out the original statements, what they have been returned. And let's do this real quick. I mean, it's freaking amazing. We can observe what the app is calling, which parameters, what are the return values. We will have a lot of fun in this course regarding to this one. Also regarding to cryptographic functionality, certificate pinning, and other stuff. I mean, this one, it's really mind-blowing. A return value of method 1 is, I guess we can already insert it in this way here. So we can do this in this. Check root method 1. Yeah, I guess this one should work. I mean, it's super sloppy and a little bit dirty, but I mean, we are in JavaScript, so that's fine. Also take care about copy-paste errors. And I still got this one over here. This is method 2. This one is method 3. Let's run it once again. There we go. There we go. Okay. This was a little bit interesting. I didn't do anything and yeah, it moved on. I'm not sure what caused this delay right now, but yeah, it seems to work and we can see this over here. We are in check root method 1. Method would return false. That's also amazing. I mean, if we take a look back into this one, This method over here, it seems like our device does not have any test keys. So this one wouldn't have flagged our device as being rooted. It's false over here. Then let's see, this one is true and this one is false once again. And so it seems like that this one, systemxbin_which SU, is not returning back an invalid path over here. So the only thing that has been flagged this device as true is this one over here. Therefore, if we only patch check method 2, the device seems to be not rooted anymore. We can try this at this point. I mean, we are over engineering this right now, but I have a lot of fun doing this and I hope you too. And yeah, I guess we learn also stuff in there. So let's comment out this one and also comment out this one. And yeah, that's the way. Okay, so now we are only patching root method 2, check root method 2, because this is the only method that has been flagged this device as being rooted. And let's see. Maybe we should start this application without our Frida script being attached to check if it's really detecting this root anymore. So let's do this. Okay, we can see it's still working. All right, now let's apply our patch, check root methods. I'm gonna save it once again to make sure only root method 2. Root util is not defined. Yes, that's correct. I have commented it out. We need to comment out at this point. Okay, now let's do it once again. There we go. We only hook check root method 2. We can see it's again this delay. And let's see what this application is responding. I mean, we have time to wait for this one, right? We are attackers, we have time for this one. There we go. Device is not rooted. This was the only method that has been flagged this device as being rooted. Amazing, isn't it? Absolutely. So this is all for this video right now. Feel free to play around with this and experiment around with this a little bit, and then I'm looking forward to see you in the next video.